Newsflash, major banks are ripping you off. I'm gonna tell you why in today's video. I'm Joe Stenovic, Certified Financial Planner with the Wealth Manager Group, and we have seen rates go up quite rapidly in 2023. The federal funds rate is now at 4.5%. And that rate is kind of like the benchmark for interest rates broadly in the economy. It's kind of like if the Fed is raising rates, then banks are going to lift rates, borrowing costs that is. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to pass on higher rates in the form of better interest rates on savings accounts, which is the whole point of this video. So I just checked. Bank of America is paying 0.02% on your savings. On $100,000, that's $20 a year of interest. It's pathetic. Chase is 0.01, I think, or maybe they're 0.02. Wells Fargo, they're very generous. They're giving you 0.25 or $250 a year in interest on $100,000. Here's what I want you to do. If you have savings outside of what you need for normal cash flow plus a little bit of a buffer, Google high yield savings account. There's going to be a couple websites that come up as ads, but specifically check out bankrate.com and or nerdwallet.com. I have found that those two websites do a really good job of compiling third-party bank savings account interest rates, specifically PNC Bank, CIT Bank, Citizens Bank, Capital One. They're all paying over 3% APY, or annual percentage yield, on savings. So hypothetically, if you have like your normal emergency savings, so say you have 50 grand that you don't want to use for living expenses, or it's just not a part of your normal cash flow. Maybe you're saving for a major purchase, or any number of things. Get it out of those major banks. Take a half hour, open up an online savings account with one of these banks. Google it, go check out bankrate.com or nerdwallet.com. They do a really good job of compiling the list. They keep them updated, so as banks adjust their rates, like they did this past week with the federal funds rate going up, they've already made the adjustments to their APYs. And so think about it, 50 grand at just 3%, or say 100 grand at 3%, keep the math simple. So that's $3,000 a year of interest versus $20 at Bank of America or Chase. I mean, that is a no-brainer, okay? So all you need to do is set up an account with one of these banks. I would recommend also linking your current savings account. So say you have a savings account at Wells where you keep that extra cash, link it to the new savings account, literally just transfer it from that savings account to the new savings account. And then if you did need to access that money, it's liquid. I mean, it's just a savings account. So you just transfer it back. They're FDIC insured. So I have not reviewed the balance sheet per se of these individual banks, but they're FDIC insured accounts. So that means $250,000 for an individual is FDIC insured. And if it's a joint account, say it's a joint account with your spouse, $500,000 is insured. And if you have more than $500,000 in cash, and you want to stay under that FDIC limit, then open up a savings account at Capital One, take $500 there, and open up a savings account at CIT or something like that, and cap out at $500,000 there as well. So that is my advice for the week. Do not give these major banks the satisfaction of ripping you off and preying on our, let's call it laziness, quite honestly. Yes, it takes a half hour, 45 minutes to get the account open, but it will pay you dividends, literally. Okay, thank you. That's all I have for this week. Any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope you all have an awesome week. Take care.